come burst in the cloud.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a really quick video. Last night I was helping Landon with doing his homework and doing his Valentine's Day cards because at school they are passing out Valentine's Day cards tomorrow, which is Friday. And as we were going through them, he handed me, because I was helping, so he handed me the Valentine's Day card to like put the little tattoo in and then like close it shut with a little sticker. And I noticed a girl's name. We'll call her Cindy. Keep in mind, my son is 7, so these are second graders. Most of these kids are 8 because he got into school a whole year earlier than he should have. I said, oh, is Cindy one of your friends? Because I had heard that name before, and I just thought that it was his friend. And he was like, no, Mom, I've told you about this girl before. And I was like, oh, is that one of the girls? Is that the girl that picks on you? And he was like, yeah, that's the one. And I was like, well, what does she do? When he told me, I was like, well, what's going on? Like, what does she do? And he said, oh, she threatens me every day. And that kind of like surprised me because he's 7. Like, I'm like, what do you know about being threatened? Like, that just kind of astonished me. It's such a large word. And like, do you even know what that means? And so he said, yeah, she tells me every day that she's going to punch me in the face. Or like, she'll stab me with a pencil. Like, she'll push harder and harder and harder and harder on a pencil. And if I say ow, she goes, Landon, don't do that. That hurt me. To like flip it onto him. And Landon's by far no angel. He has had trouble in the past in school. So I don't think, like, his teacher and I have a really good relationship where we talk all the time. So I don't think that she's like immediately going like, Landon, stop. Like, she does listen to what's going on. But I don't think that it helps Landon's case at all as a troublemaker kid, you know? So, he said that she threatens to punch him in the face. She'll make it seem like it's his fault. And if somebody else on the playground does something to her, she won't tell on that kid. She'll run and say that it was Landon. And so Landon's been getting in trouble at school for things that he didn't even do. And so, of course, I emailed his teacher and I said, listen, this is what's going on. And, I don't think that she was surprised at all about hearing this girl's name. Like, I think that they've had problems in the past that she's talked to her about. And so then and then I asked him, I said, oh, who's your Valentine? And he says, it's a kid named Jordan. We'll call him Jordan. And it kind of caught me off guard because Jordan is another little boy. And so by no means are we like, if Landon ever came to us and was like, I like boys, are we going to be like, no? Like, we'd be like, okay. So that wasn't it wasn't like oh no, he wants a boy to be his Valentine. No, it was more like why? Like, do you not like a girl at school? And he was like, oh, I mean, whatever. He's like, I just want to be Jordan's Valentine because he's been really sad lately and I want to cheer him up. And I was like, well, that's really nice of you, Landon, but why is he sad lately? And I said, well, why has he been sad lately? And he says, well, because he doesn't have any friends but me. And I was like, why? And this literally like broke my heart. I mean, these are 7, 8-year-olds. This is second grade. And I said, well, why? And he says, because everybody says that he smells and nobody wants to be his friend because they all say that he stinks. And I was like, what? And he was like, but I don't smell it, Mom. Like, I don't know why they say that. And I'm like, well, that's really good, Landon, because even if he did smell funny, like, we're going to be his friend anyway because it matters on what's on the inside, not on the outside. And he was like, yeah, but he's nice to me and he's funny. Like, I want to be his friend. And he's like, so I want to be his Valentine to cheer him up. And I was like, that's really, really sweet of you, Landon. And it literally almost brought me to tears because of how lucky I felt that my son is like that. And so, of course, I emailed his teacher about that as well. And I said, hey, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if these are just kids that are picking on him and this kid is totally not deserving of it. I don't know if he is the stinky kid in class. And if he is, like, that's definitely not a reason to be made fun of. But I just want you guys to be aware that this kid is probably suffering because nobody else wants to be his friend. And they're all on the playground making fun of him, saying that he stinks. And she wrote me back and she was like, I'll definitely look into that. Like, again, it didn't seem like it was much of a surprise. It just really broke my heart and literally almost brought me to tears because, I mean, at 7, 8 years old, like, I mean, we are molding these kids at that point. And kids are what they see and what they hear, and they mimic things and they imitate what they see, and we are what they see. So I just pray to God that parents aren't at home, teaching their children to be bullies and to make other people feel bad. Because, we're molding them. So if we start it now, they're going to grow up in junior high and high school and be the same exact way. And not only are you hurting other kids by teaching your children that, but you're hurting your children. And I know that people may not think like, oh, I don't do that. Like, I don't teach my kid that. But you may not be teaching your kid that, but if you're saying that, like, adults bully too. So if you come home from work and you're like, oh, so-and-so such a bitch, and she's fat, and she's ugly, and she's stupid, your kids are going to imitate that. So think before you speak. Think before you type something. Think before you write something. Think of these kids, because you may think that they're busy on their iPads or their Game Boys and they're not listening to you, but they hear everything you say. I'm not kidding. I could say something and Landon's like, well, why did you say that, Mom? And I'm like, you little eavesdropper. We have to be careful. And as parents, like, we have to be diligent. So I just wanted to do this video because it broke my heart that these kids at school are bullying other kids, especially at such a young age. I don't remember being bullied in elementary school, but in junior high it was really bad. And even now as an adult, I get bullied because, like, my weight. I get bullied for that all the time. And so it's just really sad. So I just wanted to make this video as a PSA announcement. Stop teaching your babies to grow up to be bullies and horrible human beings, because they're babies. They shouldn't be doing that. And enough with the kids will be kids. No, the kids will not be kids. Kids don't see color. They don't see sex. They don't see, whatever. They see friendship and does this kid play basketball fun like I like to play basketball? They don't see that kid's black, I don't want to play with him, or that kid's white, they're racist, or that kid's Mexican, so he's whatever. They don't think that way. Don't teach your kids that. They don't say, poor, you're poor, so I don't want to hang out with you, or you're a rich bitch, I don't want to hang out with you. They don't even think that way. So for kids to be saying you're the smelly kid in class, like, oh my God, it just breaks my heart. And I just hope that baby, kids are literally killing themselves because of bullying. Think about that. So let's start at home to stop that. And if you hear about your kid being a bully at school, punish them, because Landon's done it. Don't think that my child is an angel. Landon's done it, and we've had Landon write an apology letter and give it to that student. Now, it's about Landon. It's not about that student. So if that student doesn't want to accept Landon's apology, then that's fine. But it's for Landon to know that behavior is completely unacceptable and never will be tolerated in this house. So, I just hope that if you hear about your kids doing something at school, at the park, at daycare, at grandma and grandpa's house, I don't give a damn where it's at. I just pray that you don't tolerate it and that you stop this now, because kids, I think I've heard of kids like as young as like 10 or 11 killing themselves because they're being bullied either online or at school. That's just crazy. Oh my God, it just breaks my heart. So I hope that you guys take this video seriously and that you stop it at home. If anybody ever wants to reach out to me, if you're being bullied at school or at home, or your home life is really bad and you have nobody to talk to, my email address is down in the description bar below, and all of my social medias are listed as well, and you can always reach out to me anytime, day or night. I don't care. I love you all, and have a blessed day. Bye.
Oh, morning come bursting the clouds, amen. Lift off this blindfold, let me see again. And bring back the water, let your ships roll in.